Let's keep things moving here on Box to Row. We're joined by a gentleman, as a matter of fact, who got his second career win on the NASCAR Truck Series circuit at Nashville on last week. As a matter of fact, you guys, the number 71 for Spire Motorsports. And again, big time win, his second of the year, a Winston-Salem State University alum. As I also must mention, Rajah Caruth joins us here on Box to Row. Rajah, congratulations. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you having me on, and good to be here.
Absolutely. I want to start here. Just talk about, the race and last week at Nashville and getting your second career Truck Series win.
Yeah, I think it was just a good night. We executed on all accounts. Pit crew did their thing, and the truck was fast, and the guys did a great job, and just did the right things and just held a pretty wheel. And fortunately, it worked out for us. And it was great to have great to have that result for the men and women at Spire, HendrickCars.com, and Chevrolet for really all they do from myself and our family.
Right. And I read some quotes that you had after the race. This was truly a team win. Speak to, especially with the last pit stop, and what the crew was able to do to help you all get the victory.
Yeah, those guys were on their game, and it takes a total team effort so to win a championship. And really that's what I hope we're building towards. I think I've learned a lot about doing the best that I can to make their job a lot easier in terms of my approach speed and my angles and everything getting into the pit box. So, yeah, they're really good, and I've been with those guys for a few years now. So excited to continue and keep up the momentum.
I don't know, did you feel like, this was going to be the race that you would win? You'd been, of course, competing all season. Was that a situation kind of, you come in to win all the races, right? We know that, but did something feel different about coming into this race?
I wouldn't say anything felt different. Actually, it really didn't. To be real, I think it was flew there that morning, so got up at like 5:30 or whatever, and went to the Opry Mills Mall a little bit, and just kind of was business as usual. So can't say anything was really different. And I'm pretty proud of that, just because it's good to know just the process that I've had and the little things that I've done. I've just been okay to be there at the end. So super proud to have that all work out, and excited to get back going and hopefully get win number 3 this weekend.
And then maybe take us through those last couple of laps where you had to hold off Corey Heim to get that victory.
Yeah, I think Corey's really good. Same with that 34 truck, right? They've been the fastest trucks all year, along with that 38. And I think the crucial moment was just making sure I got to cover the 11 when he got there with, I think, 5 or 6 laps to go, and that gave me enough buffer to where they started racing, and I just needed to run clean laps. So overall, just proud of the effort, thankful for the opportunity, and excited to go back to the racetrack.
Rajah Caruth, he won the NASCAR Truck Series at Nashville on last week. He drives the number 71 for Spire Motorsports. He joins us here on Box to Row. And, what is it? I was also reading, and I wasn't aware of this, with respect to Kyle Busch. He's a teammate of yours, and of course, known as one of the greatest, NASCAR drivers ever. What kind of overall, just what kind of advice does he give to you?
Yeah, I think those Cup guys it's invaluable to be teammates with them, and I enjoy working with KB, just because we can talk after practice and learn about the truck and kind of what he thinks and what I think, and go back and forth with that. So overall, it's good to have that relationship to where there's a respect level there. Obviously, that's one of the GOATs for sure, but also to understand that he believes my opinion, and it's just nice to kind of work with him and get better at the end of the day.
Can I take you back to last year in Las Vegas, where you get your first win ever, your first ever win? Sort of take us through that and what that meant to you.
I think that was really special, just for a lot of different reasons, right? The whole year wasn't guaranteed, and just to go out there and have a good night. And I just was super proud of the effort and proud to have represented everybody in that way. So I think on a personal note, I didn't do the best job of taking it in like I maybe should have. But I'm definitely doing a better job of that this time. And hopefully it's not the last time either. Hopefully I have a little bit more practice.
Yeah, no, I think you will. I mean, I think you will. And so what was it about last time? Was it just the newness of it? Why do you feel like you didn't take it in as much when you won in Las Vegas on last year?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. I think I was just kind of hyper focused on the next thing, and I don't know. But now I think just having a little bit more maturity and experience. Not that I was immature then, but I think overall just the years more of experience and hardship and getting back to that success level just makes it that much more sweeter to where I'm enjoying it and doing the best with what I got.
Yeah, if I hear you correctly, because you even said this earlier on in this particular conversation that you're kind of getting ready for the next one, and you're right, it's midweek. You want to get ready for the next one, but it sounds like you learned from the one last year in Las Vegas, and you said I'm gonna at least live in the moment for a couple of days,
For sure.
and then really focus on the next one.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what I would have said. I mean, I stayed in victory lane a little extra long this time and looked at the trophy a little bit yesterday and rewatched some of the race, some of the highlights on YouTube, and just trying to cherish it, because wins don't come often, and you've got to do your best to just enjoy them and be thankful for when you have that success.
Rajah Caruth, he drops the number 71 for Spire Motorsports. He joins us here on the program. What does it mean to you? This wasn't your first race, but this is the first time we're having this the first win, I should say. But this is the first time we're having this conversation. But to be mentioned in the same breath as Wendell Pierce and Bubba Wallace as the only 3 Black drivers to ever win NASCAR at this particular level.
Yeah, I think being in the same sentence as them guys is really special. I think I've got to know the family of Wendell Scott really well over the last 3 years and really more than that. And having the support of them with the foundation in 2023. And then overall, just Bubba being a big mentor, a big bro to me. And it's been super great. And I'm just thankful to continue that legacy and build my own, but also continue to show that our people have a real opportunity in the sport, and it's just welcoming more than anything. And I love to continue to, disprove that misconception that it's not, and overall just represent us the best that I can.
Yeah. Do you have interaction with Bubba Wallace? And if so, what's that kind of like?
Yeah, he's always watching. I mean, he's been there from my first ever races to my first wrecks to my first wins, my first good runs, my first run-ins and stuff. So he's been there every step of the way, and it's been super valuable for somebody to be there, rain or shine, good and bad, and still treats you the same and have your best interest in mind.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta ask you. You said run-in. Like, I gotta ask you, right? Like, I don't know, but just reading the whole Jeb Burton thing, was it a couple of years ago? But I mean, what was that your first one? I mean, at least on this level. I mean, what was that sort of about?
Yeah, I mean, that kind of was blown off of proportions. It really wasn't that deep. I think I've had probably one that was like really not talked about at all, which I think that was kind of cool. But I don't know, racing. I mean, the thing about it is like a lot of drivers will talk crazy. I've talked crazy on the radio, but then like get out the truck or get out the car, then it's nothing really going on. So, which makes sense, right? Because we're hot and performing. I mean, it's like when you mic up an NBA player, So like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But overall, I mean, it's really not that anything crazy. I'm a very even keeled person, so to rile me up, it takes a lot. But overall, it's not really much to talk about, I guess, there.
Yeah. Rajah Caruth joining us for a couple of more moments here on BOXTOROW. How did you, Rajah, even get into racing?
Through this. Well, maybe not something this nice, but simulating. I had a simulator really when I was turned 15 or 16. It was my school laptop with an old chair and like a $50 wheel from Best Buy. And really from that point forward, I got on iRacing with the intent to hopefully race in real life. And NASCAR had a youth competition that year in 2018, I believe. I was a junior in high school. I was running track. I had a summer job, and all my free time outside of that, I just spent on that sim rig and just trying to get better. And because I felt like it was the only opportunity I had to race in real life. Growing up in DC, there was not really any racing going on, and it's an expensive sport. So sim racing is the most inexpensive barrier of entry. And we had to do a fundraiser. I forgot what it's called. I guess a fundraiser. GoFundMe. Yeah. GoFundMe. For I don't know why I couldn't remember the name of it, but a GoFundMe with friends and family to be able to upgrade my sim to be able to perform in the Ignite series, and that led to making the NASCAR Driver Diversity program, and just being in those rooms was super valuable. So sim racing was my start, and thankful for my family for putting me in position to chase my dreams, both my sister and I, but also thankful for the work ethic that was instilled in me, and just the passion and the drive to never give up.
Brother, that's something I didn't know that you're from. I mean, I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland, by way of Hyattsville, right? I didn't know you were from Washington.
Crazy.
Right?
My parents still live in Tacoma. That's crazy.
Okay, so yeah. So where'd you grow up?
I grew up like K Street, K and 10th, like by Trinidad, Sherwood Rec Center up the street was where I went every Saturday. So definitely an 8th Street, Main Street kid growing up. Red line baby. So Union Station and Noma for me. I went to school at Walls, Stuart Hobson for middle school. Spent a lot of track meets at like Spingarn and Coolidge, PG County. So yeah, definitely DMV, DC native for sure. Love going back home every time I can, and thankful to represent the city.
Yeah, I mean, please tell me you're a Commanders. Please tell me you're a Commanders fan.
Come on.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's for me, my earliest and devastating memories are RG3 injuries. So, but for me, I personally really like basketball. So I came up in DC. I got a great time with John Wall, Bradley Beal, like Otto Porter and Forshead and all them cats. That was good times. Going to games there, and definitely love basketball. But overall, love representing DC. The district is always home to me.
Rajah, what are we gonna do about the Wizards, though, man? Like it's been bad. It's been bad for a couple of years now. Like, what are we gonna do about the Wizards, man?
The draft lottery is rigged because there's no reason that the Hornets and the Wizards should have not gotten top 3 picks, and the Spurs and Mavericks, 2 organizations that the Spurs already got Wemby and the Mavericks are good. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that, but the writing's on the wall. It's very frustrating that neither the Wizards or Charlotte or the Trailblazers got a top 3 pick, and it doesn't make any sort of sense.
But you know what, man? Look, the guys play like you're in pro sports, right? So you're trying to race, as hard as you can. But I gotta say, and I know the Wizards players weren't looking at this, but they won the last game of the season when they had no bit. They should have. They should have lost, but it'd be nice that they lost.
I'm not gonna lie though, I really like the young core that the Wizards have, like Keyshawn George and Bilal Coulibaly, and like Jordan Poole's been a great addition to our team. I think overall there's a very good young core. Bub Carrington, they do a great job, and I'm excited to see how they grow over the years. But definitely a little salty about the draft, but I think there's a good young core, and it'll be nice to have some of those guys returning, but hopefully get some, experienced, successful vets to the team and elevate the district again for basketball.
Yeah. Again, a couple more thoughts with Rajah Caruth, drives the number 71 for Spire Motorsports. One of the things we've been covering here for many, many years, we've had most of the top drivers, at the top circuit, but it's the NASCAR Drive for Diversity, right? So you came through that program. Can you kind of speak to that and coming through that program and how that's helped you along the way?
Yeah, for sure. I think it just put me in the opportunity to not only learn how to drive, period, but learn what it takes to be successful in this sport. And I had the runway to have mistakes, to learn and work at the race shop, work on my own stuff, and learn the valuable lessons in that, to being around people in the industry and knowing how to carry yourself in media and interviews, marketing yourself, just all the intangibles that you don't really learn elsewhere. So overall, just thankful to have had those opportunities for sure, and think about what's hopefully the opportunity to pay it forward will come back for me, because I was super thankful to get those opportunities.
And then you've raced on the next circuit up, which is the Xfinity Series, and have had some top 20 finishes. You've had some success there. You do that part time. Can you speak to that? And maybe, I mean, it's trucks and then not trucks at the Xfinity Series, but like the differences outside of that, the differences between the two series.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm excited to hopefully get back in the Xfinity Series. I'm just waiting for kind of the next call up in that department. But it's just really kind of like baseball, right? You have the minor leagues, and there's no draft in racing. So it's really just based off of when a driver's too good not to be refused, or there's a seat that opens up, or somebody gets hurt or whatever. And that's where the next guys get called up for the Cup Series on Sunday. And the Xfinity and Truck Series is cool because outside of the differences in the bodies, right? Under them, there are a lot of similarities, but also you have drivers that race in those divisions and make a living doing so. So I think that's a cool thing about it, and different in NASCAR compared to other sports. So overall, definitely hope to be back in the Xfinity Series at some point, and definitely hope to be racing on Sundays eventually.
And then what does it mean to have been named last year's most popular driver in terms of the Truck Series? What does that mean?
Definitely hard to believe, for sure. I'm just super thankful for the fan support, right? I think it's just hard to believe, because I just feel like I'm a normal person at the end of the day. But I'm just thankful to receive that support and acclaim, and just try to carry myself in a respectable manner and do my best at the end of the day.
And then what do you remember most about your time at Winston-Salem State University?
Last day of class. Just being able to hang out in the courtyard. But overall, I had a lot of fun at school. I didn't live on campus, so that was a bummer. But I mean, I was commuting Monday through Friday, had my workouts down here in Concord, and then drive to school for my classes, and sometimes hoop at lunch. And I had a lot of fun at school, going to games, and just being under the radar. And that was cool, just to feel at home at that in that environment. And I think that's the great thing about going to an HBCU. It's not, it's not segregated, right? It's for us, but it's open to everybody, and it's easy to find your people and find your calling and enjoy the community that is there. So glad to have gone to an HBCU, and hopefully excited for the chance to give back at some point in the future.
And the Gain Center was rocking when those basketball teams were playing, right? The
Man,
students,
what?
That's one of the best places. That's one of the best environments, is the Gain Center for particularly a men's basketball game.
For sure. Yeah. And I've known a couple guys that have played on the team over the last couple of years. One of them, Vontae Cook, he's on the OKC Thunder's G League team, and he's been doing, or actually, no, I think he's at Minnesota now, but he's been doing a great job. And overall, just proud to see, fellow Rams perform in their walks of life after school. That's what they always tell us: enter to learn and depart to serve. So great to see people doing that.
And then last thought, the race this weekend, your thoughts on how to get your second straight victory.
We'll see. Just got to prepare, and excited to go to a high-speed racetrack. I enjoy going to the racetracks like that, and get to work on my drafting a little bit, and just putting myself in good position. So excited to go there with HendrickCars.com, and thankful for their support, along with the men and women at Spire, like I mentioned, and hopefully we can have a good result going into the off week for the Truck Series.
I did say lastly, but playoffs now. You qualified. That win qualified you, right? Yeah.
In the playoffs, yeah. Super excited about it. Just got to climb up a little bit more, get a better seed, and hopefully we can make a deep run at this thing.
And I know it's not happening right now, but because you even though you weren't part of the playoffs last year, you still had to race with others that were in the playoffs. So, does the preparation change in terms of how you race?
Yeah, I mean, we made the playoffs last year with our win, and but I didn't the year before, and so overall, it's nice because I like that intensity that picks up into the postseason. For me, I played other sports growing up, right? So anytime you get into late game scenarios, championship, track meets or playoff basketball games, playoff soccer games, it's I like it because I like that intensity and I like just the feeling of energy that goes into those high stakes races, and I feel like I can elevate myself in those environments. So overall, excited for the playoffs, but got to get there first. Got some great tracks coming up to hopefully stack some points and have a good result.
Rajah Caruth again drives the number 71 for Spire Motorsports, won his second NASCAR Truck Series race last week in Nashville. As he joins us here on BOXTOROW. Rajah, I really appreciate the time, man. It's great. I had no clue. I mean, is there anybody in racing that's from Washington? Like, I was unaware, man. I didn't even know you were from Washington.
Yeah, not that I can think of, for sure. So, yeah, no, I was born in Atlanta, but I grew up in D.C., elementary, middle, high school. Definitely homegrown for sure.
Good deal, man. We appreciate the time. Continued success in all you do.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me on, and take care.